Welcome back to the channel. Wow, I wasn't sure what I was going to do in this video, but by popular demand, I'm going to be doing Easter eggs, but also a review. Follow me here. I don't really have a whole lot to say about this game, so I am going to keep this brief, or at least try to keep this brief. I'm going to start with the pros here. So the environments are beautiful and the destruction is pretty cool in the game. I really and truly believe that the Just Cause series mastered the way explosions are supposed to look. The active weather in the game appears to be pretty realistic, and the gunfire combat is pretty fluid and satisfying. The grappling hook and the wingsuit, if you haven't played the previous Just Cause games before, is always fun to use and way better to get around than any vehicle. That is, except for a fighter jet, but you have to find them somewhere on the map. But the driving in land vehicles does feel pretty good though, which brings me to another point. This map is one of the biggest maps I've ever played on. That sounded sus. I also really like the OST music that plays in the background while you're soaring through the map. So along with its beautiful design and the size of the map, this game does not make you feel confined when you're flying around in one of these jets, like some games. Games that shall remain nameless. Now don't mistake what I just showed. Showing this footage does not mean that this game will ever compare to like Grand Theft Auto 5, because now we're going to move on to the cons. The map may be large, but when you're on the ground it's kind of empty. There's a lot of copy and pasted NPCs, which I know is pretty normal for the most part, but this game came out in late 2018. To put that in perspective, GTA 5 came out in 2013 and on PlayStation 3 originally, and they rarely had more than one NPC in the view at the same time. And I know you're probably thinking that I'm giving an unfair comparison, but at this point I'm talking about games like GTA San Andreas or Vice City. Those games came out in 2002 and 2004, so you'd think that they would fix this with the new PS4's technology. Like these two guys, they are literally the same guy, just one has a ponytail and the other one has a phone. Hopefully in Just Cause 5 you won't see this problem. I know I'm probably just being a little too nitpicky when in this game you mostly have to focus on the skies and not much on the ground, but still, this game came out in 2018. Just Cause 4 has a pretty forgettable story, but I guess that's most of the Just Cause games, which is fine because the combat kind of makes up for it. But the one thing that really bugs me about this game was the main villain. Now if you don't want spoilers, skip to the timestamp on your screen. Okay, are you still here? Cool. So for the final mission of the game, you basically climb this big tower to confront the main villain, the guy that killed Rico's dad. When you get to his main office, how do you kill this baddie? Well, you as the player don't. Rico does in a cutscene. It just makes the ending super unsatisfying. There's this big buildup in the cutscene that makes it seem like you, the player, might have to chase him down in some fighter jet for one last attempt to kill this guy in one final mission. But nope, Rico does everything in a cutscene. If there was one final mission, then this game would be so much better. Now I'm still going to try to keep this brief because I still have a lot to cover in this video. So for my last point, as the gunfire combat is pretty good, the hand-to-hand combat sucks because there really is no hand-to-hand combat. So you're saying that Rico Rodriguez, who is some secret agent, doesn't know how to fight hand-to-hand. I mean, come on, Nathan Drake was just a treasure hunter, Lara Croft was just an archaeologist, and Arthur Morgan was just an outlaw. So you're saying that a secret agent can't punch anyone's lights out. I mean, all he does is... Just wanted to make that one point. But moving on to one pro that I did not mention, the Easter eggs. The Easter eggs in this game are like next level. The first Easter egg that I came across was a floating moon. Yeah, you heard right, a floating moon. Get yourself a helicopter supply drop and fly to this location on your map. Literally in the middle of nowhere, a random moon will appear hovering over the ocean. And it's completely solid, so you can land your helicopter on it and walk on it. And speaking of moons, nothing will compare to the actual moon landing. So for this next one, just head to this location on the side of the mountain. and you will see a bunch of boulders with a red X on it. Just blow it open with a rocket or something and head down a long hallway, and you will be greeted with an actual moon in a room with a bunch of scientists in the area. So when I was trying to record my own footage for this Easter egg, for some reason it was really dark for me. I don't know why this was. This was on the actual game. This was not like my recording program or anything like that. So I did find other footage so you can see this Easter egg pretty clearly. I will link this video in the description just so I give them credit. But for some reason I couldn't tell you why it was doing that to me. This Easter egg is so cool. I really wish I was able to get my own footage for this because, I mean, the moon has its own gravity, for crying out loud. I mean, it's really, really cool. Now for the next small one, literally, I found a tiny dog. And this is an actual recreation of a real dog owned by one of the developers named Scamp. Just go here on your map and you will find him. I'm so sorry to Scamp for doing this to you. I actually didn't know this would work. And just like that, no more Scamp. There's also this Pinata hanging around this area that some people believe that it is a Fortnite reference, but I'm not so sure. I mean, if I want to get canceled here for being a little bit racist, there are, you know, a lot of Mexican people in this game, so I'm sorry, but, you know, I can't say this is all about Fortnite, but then again, it could be. For those of you that don't know, llama pinatas in Fortnite have rare loot in them, and they are pretty rare to find. I'm actually not sure if they still have them in Fortnite anymore. Next up, speaking of tiny dogs, there's also a tiny car in the game. Just head to this location on your map. This car is hilariously small and also extremely fast, so fast it's very hard to control. Next up, we have a Jurassic Park reference. Head to this location on your map. You'll find a small abandoned dino park, complete with a circuit breaker that once you trip has this infamous line.
You didn't say the magic word.
Pretty cool, right? Next up, we have these sky lanterns. First, head to this location on your map. Once you get there, you will find this balloon. Go ahead and launch it, and this balloon factory will launch a whole bunch of colorful balloons. At first, when I saw this, I thought this was a reference to maybe Honor the Deceased, but on further looking into it, this is actually a balloon factory in the game. This appears to only be a one-time event because upon returning back, the first balloon is gone and you can't launch it again. For the next one up, we got this pink dancing man, which I thought this was odd heading to this location and he would randomly appear. And believe it or not, this guy can be killed. Next up, something small, but who here likes the 1987 movie Robocop? Raise your hand. If you raised your hands, you're silly because I can't see you, but in the movie Robocop you will see him use this spiked thing to access the computer servers. Well, in Just Cause 4 it's kind of hard to see, but this is actually how Rico can connect his grappler to any computer, by having a metal spike extended from the grappler and inserted into a socket in a computer. Interesting, I know. And next up, we have probably the greatest Easter egg that I have ever encountered. Go to this location on your map. In this little town, you will find this building, and on the second floor, there will be a play on the Take On Me music video. If you don't believe me, try it out for yourself. This song plays in the background like you're in the actual music video, so for obvious reasons, I cannot play this song because it is highly copyrighted, but I will link the official music video in the description if you want to check it out if you haven't. The next one is kind of a funny one. There is a cow gun in this game. My wife would be in absolute heaven. By the way, she has a YouTube channel called I'm Cute But Psycho, and she loves cows, so that is her logo. But anyways, head to this location, pick it up, and have as much fun as I did.
We could have something here. Looking at it.
The unit is on its way.
Cow on cow violence. Now I'm going to move on to a more of a somber one. If you head to this location, you will find a secret cave. And inside this secret cave, you will see a dog memorial. This is one of the developer's dogs that had passed away. Alright, so for the next one, it's kind of funny or creepy, however you want to look at it. For me, it's kind of creepy, but go to this location here. Once you get there, just move this dumpster out of your way and shoot this creepy clown poster, and you'll hear a laugh track trigger. Now, for some reason, every time Rico takes damage, the laugh track will sound. Kind of weird, but kind of cool, and from what I can tell, there's no way to turn it off unless you restart the game. The next one is kind of interesting. It would be more interesting at night, but if you go to this location on your map, you will see a ghost ship. It is a little harder to see in the daytime, but there really is no easy way of making it nighttime on consoles, so you really have to enjoy this creepy one in the daytime. Next up, we have the Mile High Club, now appearing in Just Cause 4. The first debut of this appearance was in Just Cause 2, and the Remnants appears in Just Cause 3, but the club is back to being fully functional in Just Cause 4. Pretty cool. In the same club, there's also a green man dancing, which this actually kind of reminds me of the green alien that battled it out against the purple aliens in GTA Online years ago. But upon doing a little more research, this is actually a reference to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, with the man in the green suit dancing on that show, and they even share a lot of the same dance moves. Also in the same club, there is a sign that says Panau Sonic, however you say that, which I'm guessing is a Spanish version of Panasonic, or just a reference. And also this DJ, I believe this DJ is also a previous character from a previous game as well, but I wouldn't really know. I didn't do a whole lot of research into the DJ. I wouldn't really know much. I didn't play the other two games. And you know what? Editing this video, I forgot to put the location of this club first, so here you go. Let's just pretend I didn't have that mistake and move on to the next one. So heading to this location on your map, you will see a wooden crate and a frying pan that you can pick up and use in place of Rico's grappling hook for like the melee combat, with what little melee combat there is. This is a reference to the PlayerUnknown Battleground, or PUBG, as the frying pan is the starting default weapon and the crates I believe are for loot, but I haven't actually played PUBG before, so I'm not 100% sure about the loot. Moving on to another sad one, head to this location on a mountaintop. This one is a huge memorial. You will see a lot of names of important people to the developers that have passed away, and even some animals. I thought that one was pretty nice, but now for the very last one that I'm going to show you to end this off with a really cool, interesting, or funny note. There is a mini game that if you head to this location on your map, you will find this white platform with a cauldron and a pickaxe. This is a reference to the indie game called Get Over It. Walk over to it and press the action button. For me it was triangle, and then you'll be in the actual game of Get Over It, with a little funny commentary of the developer of Get Over It.
This Easter egg is a homage to a game which is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. Why did I make this? I could have made another silly weapon or pop culture reference. Most people like those, but not everyone's the same. I created this Easter egg for a certain kind of person, to hurt them. When most people see a fuel tank, they want to burn through it quickly, a quick fix for the fickle, quick dynamite sticks for the feckless. But that's not me. I'm a destruction acrobat. Blowing stuff up. I savor that. Rico Rodriguez. Now I know you're most likely watching this Easter egg online, where someone else has discovered and recorded it for you, like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. Don't worry. That's culture too. Playing Just Cause is like constantly teetering on the edge of chaos. Actually, there is no edge to teeter upon. Mario Frigo. The cauldron hammer climbing here is an example of a perfectly tuned game mechanic that's in harmony with the physics system. Bennett Foddy. It's better to destroy 1,000 pieces of a dictator's infrastructure and forget than to have never destroyed anything at all. Rico Rodriguez. A grappling hook is a sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. I don't peel. General Di Ravello. The climb is always predicated on the threat of the fall. Bolo Santosi.
And yeah, this game was painfully difficult, if you can't tell during that whole monologue sequence. I was trying to, get over it, but I couldn't, so... But yeah, and that is all of the Easter eggs that I came across in Just Cause 4. And there are a few more that I did not cover, but hey, I can't catch them all. I'm no Ash Ketchum. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more, you can always subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, hit like as well. That will help me with the algorithm. Thank you for watching, and now let's head over to my youngest son, Owen.
Alright, draw one of them out. That was quick. All right, let me see it. Well, he can't read yet. We got Spider-Man 2, the PS2 version. Oh, I'm excited for this one. I get to do my very first retro game, Spider-Man 2, PlayStation 2. Okay, no more Owen.